Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us once again. We really appreciate it. Christmas coming up soon, a lot of things happening. Don't forget, like Wayne and the guys said, if you ever worked it out last week, if you got something happening New Year's Eve, something a little bit crazy and you think it'd be cool, have the balls and all guys roll up, have a bit of fun. We're going to pick about the top 5 or 6 parties that are going on, and we'll be showing up all during the night type of thing, having a bit of fun. So email us or write us. The details are on your screen right now. Tony, put them on. And make sure you email us or write us. That's the best way to do it, so we know what's what. And we'll let you know ahead of time. Anyway, I've got James here. How you going, James?
Yeah, really good, Moose. It's good to be here.
And, of course, Wayne. Hey, Wayne, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and it's a lovely, lovely day, isn't it?
It's a beautiful day, beautiful day. We're actually in Tuart Hill, and I don't know, but if our cameraman can get it way over there's the Channel 7 tower. The Channel 10 tower you might be looking at now, and then as he's coming around here you can see the Channel 9 and the Channel 10 towers, Channel 7, one of the other channels. And where's our
This is our,
hold on,
antenna.
He's coming around. Show us the Channel 31 antenna.
This is one I've devised myself. It's a unique mechanism because you can
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Here's one. Hey, there's the antenna right here. And the beauty about our antennas, we can call people with it.
Can
Exactly.
we? Yeah. See, they can't do that on theirs, can they?
No, they can't. And if you notice, right, with our antenna, it's very portable. So we can take it to Uruguay and actually hook up and meet people there.
Yeah, and probably get spat on in the way. Mind you, we get spat on here
Anyway,
first.
so what's the difference?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us once again. Let's get the balls and all rolling. And there's 3 really good-looking guys here, aren't there?
Where they
They're over there behind the camera.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, yeah. Thanks for joining us. We're in Tuart Hill. We're actually on the walkway that crosses over Alexander Drive. Cars coming all over the place underneath us. And we just wanted to show you some of the towers
Can
of.
I say something?
Yeah. Of course you can.
Now, Moose, you notice as we saw those towers there, Moose didn't tell you that we're getting ready to hijack those towers, actually.
Yes, we're taking over the other channels. We are. How are we going to do it, though?
We don't know yet.
Okay, let's go to a story we did a while back down in opposite the Raffles Hotel, and have a look at a bit of a rowing competition that happened recently. Hi everybody, it's Moose here, and I'm down near Canning Bridge, and I'm talking to Cynthia. Hi Cynthia, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Now you're with the Murdoch University Rowing Club, and tell us about what's happening here today.
Well, today we're hosting our annual Corporate Cup Regatta. It's called the Business House. What it is basically, it's a fundraiser for us, and it also gives us an opportunity to expand rowing into the wider community. We get companies can put in crews and they race each other off, so it's company against company. It started 7 years ago, and it was mainly to do with engineering firms at the time, but of course now we've progressed, so we've got everyone from QBE, insurance, to Central TAFE, so it's... Ministry of Sport, all that, and we see a few of the UWA, of course, and a lot of the different rowing clubs here. Well, that's right, yeah, we've got a lot of the members of the who are in the companies are actually members of rowing clubs in the community. I know we've got a lot of the members from the Lycopodium team are A&A members, and there's a few from UWA and Swans and places like that. So yeah, there's all... And we see in the boats, of course, we see mixed teams, we see women-only team, we see men-only team, and they all compete against each other. Well, that's right. We've got 3 divisions. We've got the men's division, the women's division, and the mixed divisions, and of course they all race each other off. And we're working on the points. The winner of each final gets a little medal, and at the end of the day, the champion company gets a trophy. Fantastic. Now, tell us a bit about these boats. What are they actually called, and a little bit of details about them? Okay. Well, today we're racing in coxed 4s. That's 4 rowers plus a coxswain. Coxswain, of course, is the person who does the steering. I knew that. Of course, I knew that. And basically, yeah, we tend to try and keep all the boats the same. So today we're using all wooden boats with wooden oars, just to keep the field fair and give everybody the same opportunity. Okay, because sometimes they compete in what, aluminium boats as well, and fiberglass or carbon fibre. Yeah, they're the faster ones. Okay, now we've done a while back a story about dragon boats, which is a huge boat, lots of people, but these are four people and the cox person, of course. Yep, that's right. Yeah, it's a little bit different to dragon boats. We actually face the other way, so when we row, we're facing backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, whereas dragon boats, you go the other way, it's more a bit like canoeing and that sort of thing, whereas we're actually completely different.
Now, somebody who wants to get into this, what's one of their requirements, you'd say? Obviously a bit of fitness.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, over the summer, our season's in the winter, so over the summer a lot of the rowing clubs hold learn to row courses and things like that. I mean, the only real requirement is that you know how to swim, so that, you know, if anything does happen, which it generally doesn't, that, you know, they know how to swim so they don't get into trouble.
Unless you, like some people, can walk across the water. It's okay if you can do that. Now, there's rowing clubs all over the metro area, but what about this particular type of club?
Like Murdoch specifically, but we're a university-based club, although more than half our members are actually don't go to the university itself. But we're actually one of the, I guess you'd call us one of the poorer clubs in that we don't tend to have a lot of funding and a lot of money coming in like some of the other clubs. But we make do, and we did fairly well this year. We got a second at the state championship, so we're pretty pleased with that with the men's 8, and our novice women won their race. So yeah, we're certainly not, you know, one of the, I don't know,
the upper market or whatever, but you're out there kicking ass anyway.
Well, we do our best, you know, and I think the important thing is with our club is that we row for fun, you know, and if we win, well, it's a bonus. We're not there to win all the time, you know, so it's just a bit of fun.
Sounds like me when I go fishing. Now, if someone wants to know a bit more about it, is there a club number they can ring?
They can look, if they're interested in rowing, they can look up Rowing WA in their telephone book, and they'll be able to tell them, or of course, you know, call someone from our own club or contact whichever university they want to. We're all listed. But yeah, if they ring the Rowing WA, they can talk to someone there, and they can tell them all about all the different clubs and which one's closest to them, and, you know, what the prices are and all that sort of thing.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot for your having a chat with us.
Yeah, we've just we thought, seeing as you're here and you're so nice to come down, we bought you a couple of t-shirts. So we've got one for the cameraman as well, so I know he'll be happy. So there you go, extra large.
I must have my name on it.
Almost. It says Moose, not Moose.
Thanks very much for that. Appreciate that. Okay, we're going to catch up with a few more and show you a bit more of what's happening here. Okay, now I'm up in the upper areas of the rowing club where all the arguments get settled by the judges here, and I'm talking to Vic. Hi, Vic. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Now, Vic, you're the president. Tell us a little bit about just rowing in general.
Rowing, it's a great sport. It's generally morning training, so we're up early, seeing the sunrise. It's very peaceful and calm.
Oh, I knew there was something about it that kept me from it.
And it's a great way to keep fit. Everyone enjoys themselves. It's a good bonding sort of sport. Yeah, it's good.
And I see like I just spoke to Cynthia about there's all men, there's mixed, and there's all women teams, and you all compete against each other, and it looks like a lot of people really just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, this regatta today, our corporate regatta, is designed to incorporate new rowers, novice rowers who've never rowed before, get involved in the sport. We have actually one of the competitors is a world athlete. She competed in the 93 World Championships and won a gold medal.
And her name?
She's Peter Corday, and she's rowing...
On you, Peter.
She's rowing for Iluka, and so it gives her a chance to row with her work colleagues who have never rowed before.
And have a bit of fun. Now, behind us, this is the Nerve Centre. What's happening in there?
Here we've got the judges, and they're just coordinating between the shore and the umpires out on the course. So there's a lot of communication. They have two-way radios. They're always talking to each other. There might be boats who are late or damaged boats, so they have to have communication there.
Okay, so and they're setting up the race, and they also look at they also blow the hooter as they come across the line?
Yeah, they blow the hooter and record the time. Yeah.
Now, when I was talking with Cynthia earlier, I forgot to ask about either a web page or an email if someone wants to get in touch with you.
Yeah, if anyone's interested in, we've got basically two divisions of rowing. We have a social rowing. They row once a week, and that's all year round. We get all sorts of ages. And then there's our competitive rowing, where we row in the state championship races. Training is generally 3 times a week. It's a bit more intensive. We have coaches and all that sort of thing. If anyone wants to contact us, we're on email on Murdoch _rowing, so it's all lowercase, one word, at hotmail.com.
Okay. Murdoch_rowing@hotmail.com. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, yeah, well, send them an email, give them a phone call, come down and have a bit of fun. Get over. Oh, hi, yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, thanks to everyone there at the rowing. The shirts fit perfect. Thanks a lot, they gave us
Who
t-shirts.
just tried to kill me?
No, I didn't. I just wanted you to see that. Can you have a look at that rock down there? No, put your head over the bow. All right, we'll be back after this break, but Wayne won't, because he's going to be broken, so he won't be after a break.
Welcome back from the break, everybody, and we love you. And I'm standing here on my own, next to a tree, of course, because the other two ain't worth it. And of course, I'm going to be going to a story that the action man, did. And Wayne, did it all come out all right there, mate?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love a little bit of nature, and I just use my nature out here on these trees. No, just kidding. I didn't. I was just looking at these trees. Now, James, do you know what type of tree this is?
No.
Okay, now James, I just want to ask you, this cone configuration right here, can you explain this a little bit?
It's called a tree, Wayne.
Oh.
And yeah, enough of that, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
It's a G rating show now.
What are we doing now?
No idea, I forgot.
Okay, we were both a bunch of gannets, so we don't have a memory. But what we're going to do
is we're going to send you a story that Action Man did at the Bassendean show on Croquet. So,
who the hell is Action Man?
He's one of the other guys on the show.
Okay. Do we know him?
Stuntman.
Oh.
It's Action Man!
Yeah!
Howdy, I'm the Action Man, and I'm here with Mick. Now, what can you tell us of the stuff that's going on behind us?
You want that microphone? Good. Now, croquet is a sport that can be played by men, women, boys, girls. It doesn't make any difference the age. You can be from about 12 or 14 up to about 82 years old.
Now, what first got you involved in it?
Well, I'm the treasurer of the Bassendean Croquet Club at present. I have been president of the West Australian Croquet Association, director of referees in the state. So I've had quite a number of years. I've been playing this game now for 19 years. I started off before I even retired from work. So you can see that work doesn't interfere with playing croquet. At Bassendean we play on a Wednesdays and on Saturday afternoons. So if you're working, you can always come along Saturday and play the game.
So how many clubs are there?
There's 23 clubs in Western Australia. There's 11 in the metropolitan area and 12 in the country.
Now, what can you tell us about the game itself?
The game itself is played with a mallet and 4 balls. The balls are a different colour. There is a blue and a black, a red and a yellow. That is one set of balls. If you're going to play 2 games on the one green, you have what we call the secondary balls, is a green and a brown and a pink and a white.
Now, what's the aim of croquet?
The aim of croquet is you start off, if you play in singles, one person plays with 2 of the balls, say for blue and black for instance. The opposition will play with the red and the yellow. The idea is to go round the 4 hoops on the outside, up the 2 hoops in the middle, and then do the reverse all the way round and make the 26 points by going through the red hoop at the end there with both balls and putting them both on the peg. And the first one to do that is the winner of the game.
Now, if someone is thinking, I'd like to get into croquet, what would you say to those people?
Anybody that'd like to get into croquet, come along to any of the metropolitan clubs. They have coaching lessons. You always get your first lesson free, and then normally, I don't know what the other clubs are, but Bassendean we charge $50 for 6 lessons. And then after you've had about 5 lessons, we ask you whether you want to make up your mind to join the club.
Are there different levels, as in for elder people or younger people?
Not necessarily. The youngest one in our club is about 25 and he's in the state team, and I'm 75 and he's in a division higher than I am. Croquet goes in 4 divisions. 4th division is the first, when you first start, you play in that, you go out in games and things, then you go into 3rd division, 4th division and 1st division. 1st division is all the top players, and mainly our top state team come from the 1st and 2nd division, players.
Now, if someone wanted to get involved, is there a number they can call?
There's a number, yes, they can draw it on 9454 5543 is one of our president's phone number, or they can ring me on 9454 5829.
Well, thanks for talking to us, and
That was a great story you had there, Action Man, and
okay.
bit of croquet is a good sport. Now, people might think, because we're on TV, we get a bit of special treatment everywhere we go, but sometimes we don't. What do we have in common, mate?
We both have yellow stickers. Ain't that nice?
Yeah, that's nice. Pulled over for dumb reasons. But anyway, thank you very much. Hey, and there's a couple of balls now. Where are we going, son?
We're going to Castledare Miniature Railway.
That's right, I did that a while ago. It's a very interesting story, and check it out. Well, I'm here in Wilson. I'm doing quite an interesting story. I haven't actually done one like this before. I'm actually riding in a train here, and I'm speaking with Ken. How are you, mate?
Good. Great.
Can you tell me about the club and what this is all about?
Well, we're travelling in with Miniature Railways, which is currently 7 1/4 inch gauge. We're being hauled by a steam engine, which is proper steam engine. It's not just smoke coming out of it is actually powered by collie coal.
Wow. And how long has it been around?
The club started in 1963 and it was started by 4 or 5 enthusiasts, and it's grown to what we've got now.
Yeah. And how long have you been involved?
I've been involved for about 12 years, and 10 of those have been secretary.
Yeah. And you still enjoy it down here?
Very much so, very much so. Mixing with the public, yeah. There's the smile on the kids' eyes, and the faces when you see that they go for a train ride. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's quite cool. It's pretty different to anything like I've ever seen. Now, you said that you do use real steam, real coal. Do you also have diesel ones and petrol ones and stuff like that?
We have a diesel outline, which are most of the locos which are built that way are based on West Australian or American locos, and have petrol engines in them. Yeah. One has actually got a diesel engine in it, so it's got the smell, the sound of it. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. And like the shape of the trains and stuff, how do you go about getting that? Is it made here in Perth, or do you buy them from another country, or?
Yes, they're made here in Perth. The owners of the locos build them at home, or they have them built in a workshop somewhere around Perth. As I'd say, the owners are all enthusiasts, and they do all their own machining and bending of the material to the shape, and they get the plans and build it, scale it all down and build it that way.
And how many trains are currently running here?
Today we had, I think it was about 8 trains running today. And it's just started to quieten off now, where I've taken a few out of service. But we have in excess of 30 locomotives stored within our sheds.
And do you actually do any work on any yourself?
I own 2. Well, I'm in the middle of building the second one. I've rebuilt a couple for the club. And I work on track, and I'm the secretary of the club, so I do quite a bit around the place.
And like you said, you do have 2. Are they petrol or steam ones?
One's a rail car. It's an old petrol, well, it was a diesel rail car from WAGR days. And the new one that I'm building is Australian National, or ex-Australian National diesel.
And when does that one look like coming out here?
I'd like to say within the next 12 months. So I hope to see it finished and out here. I'll get a bit of room back in the shed.
I suppose that's always a good thing. Obviously you said it's going to take like another 12 months. Getting the parts, you said that the owners and that they machine them, make it themselves. Is that hard to get into and hard to learn?
There are night school courses where you can learn how to do machining. I'm a sheet metal worker by trade, so I know the bending up and welding the steel up, and so I can do that part. Doing the machining, well, I'll either pay for it, or I'll do a night school class and do it up myself, and use it as the project at night school.
Now that's with the obviously the main motor parts, the carriages. Is much work going to building these?
Oh, about the same. You've still got to cut your steel and be able to fold it, weld it, fit it all up, and make it strong enough so that it is safe for the passengers to ride in. And the first and foremost, that safety is paramount. So we've got to be right onto it and make sure that it's safe for the people to ride in. Otherwise, well, we won't see them back again.
Now, speaking about the people, you said there's an open day every month, once a month. Can you tell us how they go about?
Well, the club operates for the public on the first Sunday of each month. This is usually, well, it run from 11 through till 4.
Yeah.
We don't stop right on 4. We don't start right on 11. A couple of trains, we could be start off at 11:15 if we got the people there.
Yeah.
But we make sure that everybody that there is finished for the day.
Yeah.
And during the school holidays, then we pick a Sunday and we'll operate on that, and we advertise in the Sunday Times, the local newspapers.
Yeah.
And now you guys, hopefully, and we get all the publicity out as much as we can. What the money that we make out of these train rides, we put it back into the track, and also we follow up with charity, the Princess Margaret Hospital and places like that. So what it's all about is we have the fun, and then we give it back to to charity that they can do some good with it too.
That's great. I really do hope a lot more people do come down. It's always good, especially when you're supporting charities. I'm 100% behind that. If anyone out there is watching the show right now and thinks, geez, I'd like to come down, how much would it cost like a family to come down, and is there a number they can get in contact with?
My number's in the phone book under the Castledare Minature Railway in the white pages.
Yeah.
It's $2 for children 2 and up, and $4 for adults, or as I normally say, as big kids, because we're all kids when we get on the trains.
That's right, mate.
And we do have a multi-rider, which currently is $15, and that we get 10 kids rides on it, or 5 adults rides, or a combination of both.
Yeah.
So for $15, mum and dad and one of the kids can have 2 rides on $15, so it makes it a bit cheaper for them.
Yeah, that's quite cheap. It's pretty cool. When is the next one happening?
I think the next one is, I think it's the 2nd of December. I'm not too sure of that, but it's pretty close to there. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you very much for your time anyway.
No, that's great. That's great. It's good to see you guys down here.
Thank you. Hopefully a lot of people come down. It's quite cheap and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks to everyone there at Castledare, Ken Belcher, the whole lot down there. It's fantastic. What do you think of all that?
It was an enjoyable story. I think it's a great thing for families. It's very cheap. A lot of things these days you can't afford really to take your kids out and spend time. There's barbecue facilities there, and the train rides are very cheap. So I think it was great. And
we spoke to people who had been there all day long, so it was just a great outing. Everything was there. They of course sell ice creams and all that, but you can bring your own barbecue. All that stuff. That's where Wayne is, I think. Yeah. I saw him jump over the rail. Yeah. Tony was leaning on him.
Yeah, and someone pushed him or something. Oh, no, go back to the rail.
You're over the rail, right?
Over the rail.
Just want to point out, too, the recent awards we had where one of the greatest Australian movies I really like, reminds me of The Dish up there behind, seemed to get very little, and I thought that was a bit of a shame. The Dish was a great movie.
Yeah, I've only seen bits of it. I haven't actually seen the full thing yet, but if it was anything like The Castle, I'm sure it would be pretty good.
Fantastic. There's another one called The Soft Fruit I keep telling you about. If you get it out, great Australian movie as well. I think it was done up in Queensland. Anyway, let's go to a break. We'll be back with more from this exciting place. Yeah, welcome back everybody, and it's Moose in the Bush. And I don't know what's going on behind the camera there.
I know, it's a bit crazy over there, but you ought to know something, right? Everybody at home, just get up and stretch.
Go away. Yes, well, don't forget, Christmas is coming up, and when you're out buying your goodies and whatever, remember there are a lot of charities and all that, and we hope to bring you a bit of details of those as much as we can between now and Christmas. Make sure you try and help somebody else too, salvos and all those people, and try to make sure that whatever you do give money to goes to the people you hope it's going to, instead of these things like what happened in New York. Yeah. Did you see about that? They donated all the money, and then the Red Cross decided to hold it. Yeah. In case another tragedy happened. That's a good excuse, isn't it?
That's a good excuse to hold millions and millions upon dollars. That's very good. You can't do that. And that's the one thing about charities. Let's make sure they go to the right people.
Only in America. Anyway, we live in the greatest country of the world, as we all know, and some of the people who actually came from another country to help us stay free and whatever during the Second World War. We showed a part of it last week. We're going to show you a bit more of it now. So let's have a look at the story we did with the English servicemen who came out from the England, of course. 42 of them flew over.
That's right.
And to help us celebrate.
That's fantastic, and they did a great job, and you can never underestimate the sacrifices they made to keep this country free.
So let's have a look at the story. And going to have a chat with this young man right here. Hello, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks very much.
It's an old buddy of mine, Ted. Hi, Ted, how you going, mate?
Not so bad, lad, no.
Good.
All right, I'm just with some friends here that's come from England. They have fought out here during the war, and they all served in the fleet, the British Pacific Fleet and the East Indies Fleet. And they're out here to celebrate our memorial next week on the 18th of November.
Okay, this will probably going to air after, but we'll be there. We'll be there.
I hope you will be.
We will.
We sincerely hope
Now,
so.
Ted, you don't know I remember this, but many years ago we had offices next to each other in Subiaco.
Very well indeed.
But you told me a story about as a young fella, you were out on a pretty rocky boat and you had to tie something down and you got kicked in the guts by someone.
Yes, I certainly did.
Tell us that story.
Well, it was actually Winston Churchill. It was a very rough trip, and I was laid down pulling the boat, and I felt this boot in my ribs. And all I just sort of said, well, what the hell do you think you're doing? Didn't they teach you any manners at that university? And I turned round and I realised who it was. And so...
Winston Churchill, by the way.
So anyway, he just looked down at me. He says, how old are you, son? I said, 19, why? Knowing I'd shot my boat, I was ready to be hung. And he said, you'll grow up to be a man, but never a politician.
He got you, clever man.
And he was very smart, you know. He didn't book me, so I was lucky to get away with it.
Well, he already given you...
I'd have still been in jail.
That's right. Now tell us about the people here. Now you say 42 of these people all flew in just last night?
England, and what they did, they served out here during the 1940s, you know, serving on the Pacific Fleet and the British East Indies Fleet. And they've come out here to celebrate, probably for the last time, because they're all in the 70s and 80s, the fact that we're having a memorial service, and they will be at the memorial service.
Okay, and some of the fellas here. Hello? Hello, sir, your name?
My name's Ray, Don Ray.
Ray, how are you?
Hello. Don, yeah.
Tell us, Don, thanks Ted for that. Tell us what was it like back in the war when you were here serving?
Well, we served in the British Pacific Fleet. I was on a battleship, King George V. We came into Sydney, well we came off Fremantle first, and our first impression of Australia when we got here, the Aussies, generous as they are, sent us out a great boatload of fresh fruit, and being, you know, in the wartime, we hadn't seen bananas, we hadn't seen fresh fruit for a long time, and of course the Aussies were so generous to us. We went down to Sydney, and there were names on the board for Aussie families who wanted us to go up to their homes and fill us out. I mean, I was ever so lucky. I went with a family and they took us up into the Blue Mountains for a week while we were in dock. It was wonderful. They had a cabin up there and we had a glorious time. And I'll always be grateful. I'll always be grateful to them. And you know, I was a young lad of 18 years old, and then it took us 6 weeks to get out. And not like today when you can fly out so quickly. It took us 6 weeks to get here, and it's the end of the world to us. You see, it was the other side of the world.
People can't realise, just talking about that, they can do the Concorde in what, like about 8 hours or 12 hours, and it took 6 weeks to get here.
6 weeks round the Cape. If we came through the Suez, it was shorter. We came out through the Suez, but we went back round the Cape, and that took us 6 weeks to get home. But you know, to us, to be billeted with a family out here, I mean, the lady was like mum to me, and she wrote to my mother, and it made my mother feel better that I was out here being looked after. It's really great. I really enjoyed it.
Young fella, where did you come from originally?
Well, I come from Canterbury, near Kent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then coming from there coming to basically the South Pacific and the change in weather and all that. What was your impression then?
Well, of course, I was already in the Navy, and we were based at Scapa Flow, which is right up near the Orkney Islands in Scotland. And it was cold, it was overcast, we never saw the sun, and of course you realise that taking 6 weeks to get out to the Pacific, we were getting a change of weather, you know, rather warmer and warmer all the way out, until we got out to, as I say, our first sight of from our ship of the Australian coast was Fremantle, and then we went down to Sydney. We went in the Woolloomooloo docks at Sydney.
Now, how does it feel coming back after, because how long has it been since you've been here?
Me, a lot of the fellas have been out several times before, but for me it's the first time since 1945.
So how do you feel about it all?
Well, it's lovely. It's changed, like everywhere in the world it's changed. but I've not been to Perth before, so this is my first time to Perth. When I was out before, we went to Sydney, we went up to Melbourne, and we went down to Hobart. That was another stop we made. So it was all very nice. I loved it. But
to all the people who've come here, you bumping into old mates that you haven't seen as well for a while?
Well, we've got a ship's club kind of thing, and we get together. But for me, I'm the only member of my ship's company out here. A lot of them are from different ships, so a lot of them I've met for the first time. But we're getting along. We're friendly. We're even friendly with the Aussies.
Thanks. That's right. Well, thanks a lot, Don, for that. Thanks to all the guys. Yes, Ted.
The gentleman that actually organised the trip.
Okay, yeah. We're going to have it come around here if we can. All right, here we are.
The gentleman that organised it.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Jerry Purnell. Now, Jerry, you actually organised all this. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we came over for the first time in the 50th anniversary in 1995. And at that time, there were 200 of us came over. And we had a big reception.
And did you organise all that?
Yes. Wow. And we had a reception in the town hall. Frank Sarter was the mayor of Sydney at that time. I joined the RSL at that time. I'm still a paid-up member of the Castle Hill branch and send my $10 every year across to Australia.
Good.
And we went on then to Canberra. And we, Minister of Veteran Affairs then, gave us a reception in the Grand Hall of Parliament, so I had to do a speech. And following that on the way home, we went to Hong Kong, where we had the final parade of the British Navy in Hong Kong before the takeover. And since then, we've come back 2 or 3 times. We've always gone to Sydney. It's always been in for Anzac Day. But over the past year, I've had numerous letters and telephone calls from all our shipmates who live in Western Australia saying, hey, there's more to Australia than Sydney. So last year we only stopped here for 4 days, so this time we're skipping Sydney and we've come to Perth because most of us, especially my wife, we feel in many ways that Perth is more to offer than Sydney.
Of course it is, much friendly. Let me ask you if I can, I know it's off the cuff question, but you know, your military background and all that, and then you see the things that are going on today, like with the Twin Towers and all that. What's your impression about everything that's happening there?
Well,
I'm not trying to be too political, because it's just your impression.
It isn't political. I believe that it has to be stopped, and I fully support the action that's been taken, although I do believe that the Americans should be a bit more careful with their weapons and who they're firing at. But I believe, and I admire Australia particularly for, and this is not political, for their attitude that they're taken to regarding illegal immigrants.
Yes.
Because in UK at the present moment, they're coming across in their hundreds illegally, and our government is by no means as resolute as yours in tackling this problem. People with a genuine reason for being oppressed, obviously we welcome, but a lot of these are economic migrants.
You kind of sympathise when you know someone's paid anywhere up to 30 grand to come over per person. I mean, we're all human. We all obviously sympathise with someone in genuine hardship, and there are ways to overcome that. But just to open the door and say, you know, we've got land, come in and take it, especially when guys like you fought to keep it free.
As soon as they come in, of course, they get supported by the state. And one thing that is not understood, that unlike Australia, New Zealand and America, we have no Minister for Veteran Affairs, and in the United Kingdom a war veteran does not receive 1 penny from the government, whereas in Australia here particularly, our shipmates here which is why so like Australia, they get a lot of support being war veterans. They get a set.
You all deserve it as well. Now we know why you're paying you $10 for the RSL. That's what it is. You get your.
When I retire, they get a $42,000 place. But Perth's a wonderful place, and we're looking forward. 26 of us on Tuesday. We're going on a 3-day tour down to.
Not on a ship, is it? Just sit right back when you hear it. That not on that ship, is it? The SS Minnow.
No, we're down by coast local company down to the Margaret River area.
Oh, God's country, yes.
Where we hear there's good wine.
Good wine, God's country down there. You must see Augusta while you're down there.
The only regret we have is that the hotel we're staying at, which was fantastic, last year we supported Western Australia because we drank them dry on Swan Draft. They're not doing Swan Draft this year, so we've got to put up with Victoria Bitter.
What a life. Thanks for talking to us, Jerry, and thanks for organising all this. You'll be there when you guys are having your get-together?
Yeah, but you have a wonderful country. You deserve beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks a lot for that. Okay. Yeah, thanks very much to that. And don't forget, 11th, make sure you spend the 1 minute of silence. What are you doing?
Well, it's the only time I get the mic, so I'm thinking I might as well do something with it.
Here, Wayne, I've got one that suits you more.
I've got it all now, baby. It's all happening.
He thinks it's a real mic. From now on, that's the one he's going to use. Okay, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back after this. Thanks for watching and all that. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back from the break. And actually, man, was just fiddling around with this for some reason, and I had to get it out of his hand because I didn't know where the heck he's going to put it. So we'll just throw that little baby away. It's safer for me. Now, actually, man, now, what are you doing here?
Talking to you, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, well, that works for me. Now, your sister had a wedding yesterday.
Yes, she did. She just got married.
And her name is?
Natalie.
Okay, well, that took you long enough to say that. Either you got a lot of sisters or a bad memory. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, this story is about Blue Gum Recreation Center. It's about basketball, and we're doing it. We're having it, and we're just a bunch of gerbils having fun. But anyway, this is a fun, basketball thing, and I'm actually trying to coach a little bit. Can I get to it?
Yes, just get to it.
Okay, that's famous last words from that guy. You'll never see him again. Anyway, here's the story. Well, I tell you what, sometimes it's tough doing this job, but not today, because guess what? I'm here with Michelle. How you doing, Michelle?
Good, thank you.
Isn't she a little cutie? Now, Michelle, can you tell us what you've been doing up here at Blue Gum and what happened today?
Today we had a basketball clinic with yourself, Wayne, and Kelly, and all the kids from Out of School Care came down and had a lot of fun learning all the new skills that you taught them.
Okay, now as far as this Kelly, we'll get to her later. Isn't she one of your model friends or something like that?
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
She's got the potential.
Oh, okay, she's got the potential. And after it's over with, guys, I'm sure a lot of guys watch this, they'll be handing out phone numbers because both of them are single. But that's another story. Now, how long have you been involved with Blue Gum, and can you tell us a little bit about the other events that's upcoming this week?
Yeah, I've been involved for about 9 months now. It's a lot of fun, thoroughly enjoying it. This week we've got our sports week, so we've got Eagles and Dockers coming in after school to teach kids all those footy drills, and also cricket drills from the WACA, and also a softball clinic.
Okay, then, so it's a pretty busy week. Now, if you could tell us about some upcoming events that you have, Michelle.
Our holiday program is coming up, so that's a lot of fun. That starts on the 21st of December till the 1st of February. So the 7th of January we come back to the 1st of February, and that's a lot of fun. We go to all outings. It costs $27.50 per child, so that's $2.50 an hour. So that's fantastic and a lot of fun all day. 7 to 6.
7 to 6. Oh, okay, so parents will be getting a break from 7 to 6. You can't really beat that, can you? Not to say that your kids are bad, but anyway. Now, also, too, you talked a little bit about Kelly who comes down and helps them. Now, just between you and me, how do you know her?
We were work friends, met at Miller's Surf.
Oh, really? So you mean Kelly does have friends? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I get paid.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I know I'm in the right spot there. Okay, then. Well, Michelle, we want to thank you a lot for your time and wish you every success with the program. And ladies and gentlemen, please come down, bring your kids. It's a good program. It's fun. It's well run, and they have good instructors. So we also need what is commonly called a phone number. So, hey, how you doing? Sorry. Now, if we can have a phone number, it'd be good.
You can contact us on 9316-2250, and that's Blue Gum Recreation Centre in Brentwood.
Oh, that's great. Now, you guys being single, is there a single number that the single men's helpline that they... No, just kidding! Just kidding! Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Yep, thank you very much.
Now we're here with the lovely Kelly, who graciously helped me with the camp today. And, you know, the problem was none of the kids were even watching me for some reason. I don't get it. But how you doing, Kelly?
I'm well, thank you.
We know that. Well, how you doing? Now, anyway, if you could tell us how long you've been involved with Blue Gum.
I'm actually just helping Michelle out for today. I come down here just every now and then and help her out with the kids after school.
Okay, then. And now you've been playing basketball. Can you tell us a little bit about your pedigree as far as basketball is concerned, where you started and what have you?
Yeah, I started playing basketball when I was 10, so that was quite a few years ago, at Willerton Basketball Stadium. I took after my brother, sort of spent many years watching him play and sort of progressed into playing myself, and yeah, been playing ever since. Played for Willerton Tigers for a little while, but now I just play socially with friends.
Okay, now your brother, since you alluded to him, who is your brother?
My brother's name is Brett Newsom.
Oh, I know Brett. God, I'm just a little superstar. I do know that guy. Yeah, he had some game there. Oh, okay then. And are you taller than him or vice versa?
Oh, no, he's a lot taller than me. He's 6'6".
Oh, that's why I forgot that, because maybe he dunked on me and I lost some height. These things happen. Now, anyway, as we move along, so what else have you been doing these days besides, we know about your budding modeling career. By the way, the phone number will be down there afterwards.
I'm actually studying. Just finished my second year of university studying primary teaching. So I'll be teaching mainly upper primary, from year 4s to year 7s. And yeah, just working at Miller's Surf in Garden City.
Okay, then actually, you know, it's amazing you said that, but this is the first time as we was coming over here, I told Tony that you were doing primary teaching, and all of a sudden he had an inkling. He wanted to go back to school, to primary school or something. I didn't get it. I said, the guy's 28. I mean, what is he trying to prove? But these things happen. Now, basically, you guys also play at Victoria Park. You want to tell us a little bit about your team and the fact that Michelle plays on it, and this is your chance to get her back?
Oh, okay, yeah, I tend to carry the team a bit. Michelle sort of misses her shots, so I'm always under there to pick up the rebounds. But no, it's a great team. There's 7 of us. We've been playing together for about 3 years down at Vic Park, and we're called the Horseradishes. There's a bit of a story behind it.
We got to talk about that name anyway.
Yeah, but we're doing really, really well, and we're having heaps of fun, so that's great.
That's the main thing. You got to go out there and enjoy yourself and have some fun, just like we're having fun at these interviews. Now, is there anybody you want to thank, or is there any phone numbers you want to get out, because we heard you were single through the grapevine? Is anybody you want to say hello to that you can talk about on camera?
Oh God, can I mention names?
You can mention names.
Wow, just say hi to Kaylee, who's actually off to Japan on Saturday, so I'll miss you heaps and have a really great safe trip. Also to Claire, Amanda. Oh, actually, it's Amanda's 21st on Saturday night, so happy birthday, Amanda, and hi to her boyfriend, Jeremy, who's also Michelle's brother, and hi to all my family, and Julie, Claire, and Regan from uni.
Oh, okay then. Well, I think she got everybody in on that. So we're just going to wind down here, but some interviews you like to do forever, but obviously we got to stop them. So we just want to thank you, Kelly, and Michelle's out there somewhere. Let's wave to Michelle. Let's wave to her. And we just want to thank everybody for watching, and why wouldn't you watch? Anyway, we'll be back after some time. We recover emotionally. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a great story there, Wayne. Enjoyed it immensely. And while we're here,
we're going to one of my stories.
Thank you. So, watch this.
Hello viewers, I'm the Action Man, as you all know, and I'm here in Lancelin on a 7th Field Battery LFX. Now, what is 7th Field Battery?
7th Field Battery is an artillery unit. We support the infantry of West Australia. It's a reserve unit. That's about it, really.
Hey, I forgot to ask you your name. What's your name?
Oh, David McNamara, Bombardier McNamara in the Army.
Now, for people who don't know, what is an LFX?
LFX is a live firing exercise. We're actually firing live bombs onto targets, like probably further out towards us over there. That's about it, really. It's practicing for the real thing, so to speak.
Yep. Now, how long would it take to set something like one of these howitzers in the background up?
A good gun detachment can set up a howitzer in about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's from way to go. We're a bit restricted on manning 7-field battery, but we're getting there, slowly getting there.
So if you're interested, come down. Now, what would be some of the physical requirements of someone if they wanted to get in?
I think it's 17 to 35, physically fit. I think it's year 10 or year 10 requirement. I think that's about it.
Now, what got you involved?
Originally, I just wanted to get my B-class licence, and I never got the B-class licence. I ended up being a number one of one of the guns. I've been doing it for 10 years now. I'm still doing it, so I must like it.
So what first got you involved?
I was always interested in like war things as a kid. Watched Combat and Platoon and all the rest of those shows. I was unemployed at one stage and decided to come and join up, and that's what got me into it.
Do you still enjoy it?
Still enjoy it. Still watch all my war movies. So if you've seen Saving Private Ryan, all those big explosions, we're the ones that do it.
Now, some of the live LFXs I've seen is involve night firing. How hard is that?
It's pretty tedious night firing because it takes a long time to coordinate the illume rounds. One illume round illuminates a grid square, which is basically a kilometre square. It's a pretty big area, but it's all got to be coordinated with the infantry, which will be maybe attacking a unit, retreating, or just engaging an enemy target. It takes a long time, but once you get going, it's pretty good.
So you guys work pretty close with the infantry then?
Yeah, that's our main role, is supporting infantry and bombing the hell out of infantry as well.
Well, thanks for talking to us. It's been fun coming down here.
Okay, so here we are standing right out in the middle of the walkway, as we always are. Walk this way, is that right?
Walk this way!
Talk this way.
Okay, you almost got the same lips. But anyway, you only had a daughter like Livy. Okay, now the story, fantastic.
It's pretty good with the artillery down Lancelin, or up at Lancelin, wherever it is.
Did you get to shoot any of that stuff as well?
I can't tell you that on camera.
That means yes. Yes, he did. Well done, excellent.
That was good. It sounded like he was speaking Italian.
I think he's that's politician stuff anyway.
Got to chuck a plug in, as I did last week. There's a new band out, The Jaws of Life, and they're having their first gig at the Management Rec Centre on the 8th, and probably be an action over there. Check it out. So $5 entry, should be cool. That's all.
On the 8th of December, and don't forget lots of things like we said earlier about Christmas. Don't forget New Year's. What do we want to happen New Year's Eve?
New Year's, we're going to pick 5 or 6 of the best entries, and we're going to go to your parties, crash them, have a bit of fun, and we're going to film you eating, drinking, and being merry. So make sure you get those entries in.
Wayne, I'll get the microphone right here. They can pick you up from here.
Okay, they can pick me up from here, so I'll this one here.
Okay, I think he thinks he has to talk and it comes out your TV all by itself.
Hello!
Okay, anyway, yeah, look, don't forget all those things too. When you're out buying goodies and whatever for Christmas, don't forget, make sure you think of the charities as well if you can, because there's a lot of people out there needy, genuinely needy, and can use a bit of help.
Yes, that's so important. And with Christmas coming up and what have you, let's spare a thought for some of the homeless. And if you see somebody homeless, if you can't take them in your house, at least offer them enough money to get some food or buy the food yourself so you can give it to them, because let's not forget, everybody's not as fortunate as some of us.
That's right. And now don't forget, New Year's Eve, we want you to email us or write us. We'll pick those out. And we should have T-shirts and stuff available for Christmas. Also redoing the web page. So thanks to those of you who've been saying, when are you going to upgrade your web page? It's happening now.
Oh, I almost forgot. I got internet now, right? So You know, make sure if y'all want to.
What he's saying, girls, if you want to email him, it's called wayne@wanet.com.au.
What was it? 1-800-DON'T-CALL?
I thought it was 1-800-SPANK me, but anyway. Yeah, don't forget, lots of great things happening around the place, and Christmas parties, all stuff happening. Try to be sensible. Don't drink and drive. Get somebody else to help you, because we still want you to stay around. And just speaking of that, I'd like to say that we'd like to dedicate this show to one of our fans, a fellow who's watched our show almost religiously every week, enjoyed it. We thank you for the people who do watch our show quite regularly. A fellow named Darren Logue, who we were informed when we did the story a little while back down at the Fremantle Wharf with the motorbikes and everything. He was there. We filmed him. He rang up wanting a phone number and whatever for the little mini bikes, little tiny bikes we were doing down there, and unfortunately Darren passed away the day after I spoke to him and everything. So to all the Logue family and all his girlfriend and everybody there, we wish you all the best at this sad time, and anybody else who sadly has lost somebody, same thing.
Yeah, and I mean it's just a hard time, especially when you come into the festive season, Christmas, to lose somebody. So we give you our sincere respect on that.
Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back again next Monday night, and we'll repeat it Saturday at 4. We're supposed to start at 9, but heck, the way the weather goes and cruising,
yeah,
it keeps going long and whatever. So we're about 9:15, something like that. Don't leave us out of there. We'll still be there for you.
Don't go.
Oh, actually, I was about to sing that. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. The name of the show is
Balls and All.
And we'll catch you next week. Next time you're doing a bit of cleanup around the place, you want to get rid of your rubbish, give Skip Away Bins a call. And if you're looking to get on the net or you need an internet supplier, give our buddies at WANet a call.